Hello everyone, my name is Kyle Grantham with RiverGeeks, and today we're going to be going over how to create that basic map layout in QGIS. We're going to be using QGIS in conjunction with HEC-RAS to create multiple layouts with multiple outputs from HEC-RAS. If you enjoyed the video, please like the video and sub to our channel for similar future content. Hello everyone. Today we're just going to cover the basics for setting up a simple layout. And we're going to use one of the plugins, and it is called Layout Panel. So we'll make sure that is installed. We're going to save this in the same directory as our RAS model. And so I have a folder I created as QGIS, and within that I'm just going to call this layouts for this example. So I brought in the inundations from two runs, and I just named them Storm Event A, Storm Event B for this demo. Now we need to bring in our aerials and just a base map. And so for this, I'm just gonna use MapTiler. So I'm just gonna right-click satellite, and I'm just gonna add as raster, and then OpenStreetMap I'm gonna add as a raster as well. If you need help setting up MapTiler, just let me know. If not, I believe there's several videos of how to set up MapTiler, but if anyone has any trouble, I can just create a short video on how to set that up. Now we're gonna click on our plugins and go to Layout Panel. And from here, we're gonna hit this plus sign to create a new layout, and we're just gonna call this one Storm Event A. So I just right clicked and renamed that. So when we double click this, it's just a blank layout. And so for this demo, I'm going to create a 11 by 17. So from here, you're just going to right click Page Properties. And that 11 by 17 is a NCB. So this is a good time to kind of visualize how you want that layout to be. And so for mine, I'm thinking I'm gonna have the map layout here on the right. Then over here on the left side, I'm gonna have the legend, the north arrow, the scale, the logo, and then I'm gonna have a little subset map for the location, and then I'm gonna have the citation, and then project author and project path. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to show that grid, and then on the grid I want to snap to that grid. So we'll start with adding our map. So we're going to add it here just like that. And so this, if you want to set your map extent to match that canvas layout, say we're zoomed in here, you can go to click on this first tab, set map extent to match main canvas extent. Like that. And then you can also use the interactive edit map, which between these two is one I use the most. Once you have your layout where you want it, that's when I usually will just lock this, and that way it keeps me from moving this map around. From here, we're gonna add our legend. May have to mess with it. Okay. And so once you add your legend, you'll see it in this bottom right corner. I'm going to remove the satellite and OpenStreetMap. So you'll have to toggle the auto update and then select your layers and hit this minus sign. And so we want this title, we'll just say legend. And then if you want to format it, you can. So I think we need to resize this a little bit. So what we're going to do is go to the font for the font size for the legend, and we're going to change that to, let's just try 32. 36. We'll try 36. And for our item labels, let's try 18. Yeah, we'll go with 18. I think this will need moving over. So what we're going to do is we're going to center this right here. And then we may come back and adjust that. But for now, I'm just going to lock that. So we're going to add this subset now. We're going to put this at the bottom. Let's see. Like that. Maybe move this over. Let's see how this looks. Let's just keep it here. Look at putting a border on that. So we're going to go to frame, select frame. I'm going to make that a little, let's make that thicker. 1. Okay. All right. Now I'm just going to lock that for now. Let's add a border to the left side of the layout. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and add polyline. And so I'm going to come over here, down. Let's add a title block. So from here, we're just going to come and add polyline. I'm just going to draw that polyline across. And we're going to add a text. So I'm going to make this box match up. And so for those polylines, I'm going to go ahead and lock those. And so now with our text box, we'll come in here and we'll just call this storm event A results. And we're going to center this and make this font a little bit larger. While we're at it, let's go ahead and just add that text box for the project location for this subset. And we're just going to call this project location. And let's just, for now, we'll make it yellow. We'll come back and change that most likely. Let's change this font just a tad. Now we're gonna add our logo. And after looking at this, I think it would maybe look better if we move this storm event results up to the top. So let's just do that. Move that here. We'll just add a polyline. All right. And now we're gonna add, we can come here, add picture. And so we're going to click on raster image and we're going to go to that file directory. There's different placements. We're going to do middle. Just like that. Now we're going to add a scale bar. So we're going to add a scale bar. We're going to put this at the bottom. And so we're going to make sure this is mapped to the main map. And so the main map is map 1. So right now we have a single box. I'm just going to keep what it is now. Just drag that over. And you can format it several different ways. You have different types of styles, the double box, lines. We're just going to go with we'll go with the double box. Let's add this north arrow. So we're going to go to add item. Arrow. So let's go to arrows and see what we have to select from. We're just going to click this one and we're going to make sure that this is fill color is black. Okay. Try to center this the best we can. Now we need to add our citation. So we're going to go to add item, add HTML. We'll put it right here at the bottom. So we're going to add source. So I have that copied from MapTiler. So I'm going to paste it. And so you'll need to click on the toggle URL and then toggle source. And then you'll see at the bottom right. I'm going to drag this over. All right, I'm going to lock that. Let's add our author. So we're going to add dynamic text. Let's add the date. this in the corner. Center. And then we're going to add current username. We're just going to move that over a little bit. So we're going to shape up this layout by setting up our main map window 1, how we want it to look. So what we're going to do here is we're going to turn off storm event B. We'll go back to our layout. Once we have it how we want it to look, we're going to go to map 1 and we're going to lock layers. And so this is important. That way when we have multiple layouts, it's going to maintain whatever layer is within this map. So what we're going to do is we're going to lock layers. And we're not going to, you can lock styles for the layers, or for this, we're just going to keep that unchecked. Now we'll go back. We're going to want to set up the subset for the project location. So what we want to do is go back to our main window. And since we locked that layer, we can turn on this OpenStreetMap. We go back to our layout. This map 1 window will maintain whatever was locked from when we locked those layers. Now I'm going to lock map 2. So we're going to lock those layers. I'm going to update this project location. Make this another color. That black. I'm going to even drag it down. All right, let's make this at the bottom. Good. So before I duplicate this, I'm going to make sure I put the final touches on it. For one thing, I think we could benefit from a border around the main map. We're going to put it. There. All right. We'll need to make sure to update the legend since we're not showing storm event B. So we're going to go to the legend and we're just going to remove storm event B. Once we're satisfied with our layout, then we're going to duplicate this layout. So what we're going to do here is we're going to duplicate layout and we're going to call this storm event B. So it opens a whole new window. So I'm going to save that. Now we need to update these layers so that it's reflecting storm event B. So what we're going to need to do is uncheck, make sure map 1 box is the lock box next to map 1 is unchecked. Make sure those lock layers are unchecked. And then we're going to go to the main window and we're going to select storm event B. And so once that refreshes, give it a second, we're going to lock that. Or we're going to lock layers, and then we're going to lock right next to the feature map 1. Now we're going to update the subset. So let's click on map 2. And then we're going to go to the main window. And let's turn on the storm event B and OpenStreetMap. And so now we're just going to lock those layers. And now we're just going to update this legend. So we're going to go to legend. I'm going to add storm event B and remove storm event A. And let's update this text. Storm event B. So our layout is how we want it. This is the final product. Now I'm going to show you a quick tip on if you're going to be making several alterations to the run. Now that you got your layout set up, I'm going to show you how to make sure your Hecras is configured correctly. So what I'm going to do is we're going to close out a QGIS, and that is simply because as you run Hecras and it updates this inundation, it's going to put a lock on it. So what we need to do is make sure we close out a QGIS. So I'm making sure everything's saved, and we're going to just close out of this. So what we're going to do is once you're in Hecras, you're going to make sure that this floodplain mapping is selected for all runs that you're going to be including in the layout. So for our last step, I'm just going to show you how to export those as a PDF. So you can just click on in the layouts window within your plugin. You can select those layouts and then you right click and export as either an image or a PDF. In my case, I'm going to export it as a PDF. And so I'm going to select that location and just select folder. And there we go. We're just going to double click on that. And there you have it. Thanks again for tuning in to watch this video on how to create a layout. If you like the content, please like the video and subscribe to our channel for future content.